Now we're going to skip the modeling part and just do, we've actually done this, prior to this lesson, where we solve problems like this. We haven't done many like this, but we have done it. I've got some features that I don't think work in certain applications, so I'm just going to fumble around a little bit and not worry about editing, because with the amount of videos I'm going to be making, I can't be self-conscious about that. But you see that shift show up. It should let me do a straight line, but it doesn't. But anyway, I've got two sides of my equation. Anytime we're trying to solve an equation like this, we're trying to identify x, which typically, when all the variables are on the same side of the equation, that's a little easier. But when they're not, it's still not that hard. It's just I've got more x's on this side of the equation than on this side of the equation, so I would recommend subtracting x from this side of the equation. And we know from property of equality, if you subtract x from the right side of the equation, you're going to have to subtract x from the left side of the equation. And this is combining like terms, because 3x's minus 1x is simply 2x. We still have this constant term plus 3. On the right, 1x minus 1x is 0x's, which is just 0, and that's why we did it. We applied the additive inverse, and I don't really need to show the 0, I just need to bring down this 7 that's still remaining. And then from here it's going to be using property of equality, additive inverse, multiplicative inverse, all the things we learned earlier this year. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get 2x equals 4. But I'm not interested in what 2x is, I'm interested in what 1x is, so I divide both sides by 2. Applying the multiplicative inverse of property of equality, and I get 1x, which is x, equals 2. Of course, I'm going to check my work, because I'm a good student, and substitute that 2 back into the original equation. 3 2's is 6, plus 3 is 9. And 2 plus 7 is 9, so 9 equals 9, reflexive property. That's how you use like terms with to move variables around.